Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This video is really for the first time users that have just gotten their personal accounts. Most of the kids in technology class have been using generic accounts, but some of them have never used their own personal accounts and they have to remember their own passwords that's different from everybody else's. So this is going to be a challenge for them, and sometimes it's going to be a challenge for parents because parents haven't really seen this part. All of this usually happens at school and parents are doing their thing at work. So welcome if you're a parent, and if you're a student, then this should be kind of fun for you because now you're kind of playing in the big leagues like the middle schoolers. All right. If you're in middle school, don't watch this video because this is something that you do all the time anyway. This is really for the newcomers to having their own personal accounts and for them to understand how it works. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. You can pause, rewind as many times as you need to so you can digest the information. I'm going to go as fast as I can so this video is not too long. Have your kids to watch the video with you if you're a parent so that they can do it themselves. And also, please, 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 I encourage you, because I do it in the classroom, have them to log in themselves. Don't do it for them. All right. Have them to log in, have them to join the class, have them to go through all the steps. Even if you're sitting right there guiding them, have them to go through all the steps just so that they can get accustomed to doing it. So by the time that they're in second and third grade, it'll be a piece of cake. Okay. And it can get frustrating. It can get frustrating, but you have to be patient. Give them time to make their mistakes, because if they make their mistakes now, then they won't make their mistakes later and they'll be accustomed to it. Okay. So we're going to jump right into it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to navigate to Google Classroom. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to classroom.google.com. Okay. All right, cool. From here, this is where you're going to enter in your email address. Now, this is where that material that I sent out earlier today will come into play. There was a bit of a mistake, so I'll explain it now. So let's go over to that presentation and let's look at it. Okay. All right. So here's the convention for your email addresses. First name dot last name at stphillips1600.org. All right. So if my name is Medgar Evers, then it would be Medgar with a period, Evers, that @ symbol. Remember, we make that @ symbol by holding Shift and the number 2. And then STPHILIPS1600.org. We type that in class all the time, so you guys should be familiar with that, right? Right? All right. All right. Stay with me. Okay. So once you type that in, then you'll be able to type in your password. So let's go back and I'll type in the username. But for this exercise, I'm going to use a generic class account for 2A just so we can get through the exercise. But remember, you're going to use your own username and password. Do not use the generic accounts. Don't use 2A or 2B, 1A or 1B, KA, KB, KC. Make sure you're using your personal account. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go in as 2A at stphillips1600.org, and then I'm going to click next. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I click this I. For the children, this is how they can make sure that they're typing in the right password and they don't get frustrated by having to type it over and over again. They can look at it and make sure it's correct before they click next. Excuse me. So I'm going to click that I. When it has a slash over it, that lets you know that you can see the password. All right. Now let's go back and let's look at our password rules. Okay. So let's go to the next couple of slides. All right. For kinder, this is only for kinder. So if you're in lower school, stop listening. For kinder, in class, they use the password 1600 capital PENN. For their passwords for their personal accounts, I wanted to keep it the same as what they already do, but we're adding in the number for their birth date. So if my name is Madiba and Madiba was born on February 31st, I know it's not a real date. I understand. Then his password would be 1600 capital PENN 31. Okay. So all of the kids at least know their birth date, and they've all logged in with these passwords at least 5 to 10 times. So with that, it'll be something easy for them, but it's still unique to every child. Okay. So that's for kinder. For lower school, if you stop listening, now you need to listen. All right. For lower school, the password that they use every day is 1600 Pennsylvania with a capital P. It's the whole word. Okay. There was a typo before that only had 1600 Penn, but it's 1600 Pennsylvania plus the number for their birthday. So again, we have a student by the name of Adwoa, and she was born on March 54th. I know it's not a real date. I understand. But her password is going to be 1600 Pennsylvania with the number 54 behind it, just as you see here. Remember all the time that the P must be capital. All right. So let's go back to our login screen. Our eyes clicked. And for this, we're going to type in 1600 Pennsylvania. All right. And then we'll click next. This takes us right into Google Classroom. Okay. For some of you who are just logging into Google Classroom, this is all brand new. All right. Your teachers have started to add in classes for you. Okay. So if you see here, Mr. Perez, Senor Perez, Mrs. Alvarez, Mr. Royal, and even me, we all have classes that we've added. For those classes that you're already a part of, it's going to look like this. Those are classes you've already been into. So if you've been with me and we've gone into them with your personal account, you're not going to see the join button. But for the rest of these, you want to go ahead and click join because your teacher can't see you and can't assign you work until you join the classes. So yes, there are 5 classes here. I would have to go and click join for each and every one of these classes to make sure that I get the assignments for them. Okay. All right. But so make sure you do that for every single one. All right. So if you have multiple classes and they're waiting on you to join, go ahead and click join. It's going to say joining. And then it's going to open the class for you. Well, after you do that, you're going to go over here to our hamburger, click the hamburger, and then you're going to go back to classes. That gives you your overall view again. And then you can join the next class. And make sure you join all of the classes so that your teachers can see that you're in there. Okay? All right. So for me and my assignment, that's in RenWeb and now in Google Classroom, go into your classroom for tech, second tech, 2019-2020. If you're in first grade, it would be first tech. If you're in kinder, it would be kinder tech. Okay. So we're going to go in, we're going to click the words so that we can get in there. All right. And let me go over this interface for you so you can see what's going on. All right. The first thing is the stream. We're in the stream tab now. The stream tab kind of gives you your news you can use. It's kind of like our Classroom Facebook, as I've told you guys before. It's our news you can use. So here you can see that I've posted a new assignment that says log into Google Classroom and add a private class comment, or a positive class comment, excuse me. So this is your assignment, and this is what I'm going to show you how to do right now. So here we go. All right. I've already added one here, so I'm going to delete that just so you can see the process of me adding it again. All right. When you're ready to share something with your class, as it says here, share something with your class, I'm going to click this box and it gives me a text box, which I can type into. Okay. And here I can start sharing things with my class. Well, now I want to add a positive comment, which brings me to my next point. Make sure that you leave positive, appropriate comments. Positive, appropriate comments. One more time. Positive, appropriate comments. This is like your work email. And you wouldn't go to, let's say, your teacher's classroom, like Miss Pate's classroom, Miss Alvarez, or Mr. Smith's classroom. You wouldn't go into those classrooms and say anything inappropriate, would you? Well, or you wouldn't go into those classrooms and you wouldn't write anything inappropriate on your work. Well, the same goes for here. If you say or type anything inappropriate or post anything appropriate, that's just like going into your actual classroom, your physical classroom, and saying something inappropriate or putting something inappropriate on one of your worksheets. And that's something you don't want to do. Okay? So make sure that your comments are appropriate and make sure that your comments are positive. Okay? Or just don't do it at all. Okay? All right. So I'm going to leave a positive comment. Hello, everyone. Distance learning should be fun. Distance learning should be fun. Okay? Once I'm done typing, I'm going to click post. And when I post it here, everyone will be able to see it. The entire class will be able to see it. All right? Now, you don't want to go overboard with your post. You don't want to go back and forth and argue with any classmate. Just one post. That's all I need. Make sure it's only how many posts? 1. 2? No. 1. Post 3 times? No. 1 time. All right. Now, while we're here, let's talk about the interface. Let's talk about the way Google Classroom looks. Right here. Upcoming. This shows you where all your upcoming assignments are and what time they're due. So if you have something due this week, it's going to show you right here in your upcoming. Okay? Now, as teachers get more and more accustomed to using Google Classroom, because some of your teachers haven't been using Google Classroom that much either. As they get more and more accustomed, then you'll start to see more and more things in your page. Let's go over to the classwork tab. In classwork, this is where we see our assignments. Okay? And these large letters here are called topics. Everything in technology class from here on out is going to go in term 4 because that's the term that we're in school. Okay? And here we see our assignment. Log into Google Classroom and add a positive comment. We're going to click on that assignment, and then we can see our instructions. Watch the instructional video and log in. If you're watching me, you're watching the instructional video. You've already done your assignment. The only thing you have to do after that is leave a positive comment in Google Classroom. Then it says, join our class and leave a positive comment for all your classmates. Okay? I'm going to click View Assignment. Now, I've already left my comment. There's nothing for me to turn in. I just want to make sure that my teacher knows that I did it. So, I'm going to go over here and click Mark as Done. That lets my teacher know, hey, I don't have anything to turn in, but I did exactly what you asked me to do. So, we're going to click Mark as Done. And then it gives you a pop-up. It says, hey, you sure you want to mark as done? You didn't attach any work. That means you didn't turn anything in. For log into Google Classroom and add a positive class comment. So your teacher will just see that you've done it. They won't see any work. They'll just see that you've done it. And then you want to click Mark as Done. Okay? That's for work that has nothing for you to actually turn in. In another video, I'll show you how to turn in materials like Google Docs or pictures or even videos that your teachers need to see in order for you to get credit for your work. All right? This distance learning thing is kind of strange for everybody. So we're working it out, and we're going to work it out together. All right? You up for it? Cool. All right. So once I do that, I'm finished with my assignment, and I can go on to my next assignment. You want to get in the habit of going over here to your hamburger and clicking To Do. Your To Do will show you all of your work that's due look, you have something due tomorrow. For second grade, there's something due tomorrow. Handwriting under curve, phonics and plurals. Both of those are due tomorrow. It's always a good practice to check your to-dos in Google Classroom. Okay? So, make sure that you check your Google Classroom. Make sure you join all of your classes and have fun. All right? Make sure you're learning just as much as at home as you were while you were in school, and take advantage of this time. Don't spend all your time on TikTok or playing Fortnite or anything like that. Take advantage to actually be at home and get something done. Yeah? All right. Talk to you guys later.